Hey guys, what's up? It's Dom, and I'm gonna do a tag today. Alright, so today we're gonna do the OMG this song book tag. Here you have a question and then it relates to music and the other part of the question relates to a book. Let's get started. Question 1 for the music. Song you must always play whenever it's on. Okay, so that song was Go Your Own Way by Fleetwood Mac. It's not one of my favorite songs. Like, actually, it's the only song by Fleetwood Mac that I know of, besides Landslide, but I feel like everyone knows that song. But whenever it's on, it's quite the jam. The book portion of this question is a book you never get tired of. And then my answer for this question would be just everything in the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling. I mean, I've only read this book once. I've only read the whole series once, but like, I don't know, whenever people just mention Harry Potter, I get really nostalgic, and then I just want to reread it, like, all the time. I just can never find the time to. Number 2, a song that reminds you of the cringiest time of your life. So that song was One Time by Justin Bieber, and I think that's, like, the first song we all heard by him, and that's when he got big. And, like, it was a cringy time because personality-wise, middle school Dom was like, I mean, she wasn't bad, but it was just like the shittiest time of my life personality-wise. Granted, my like for Justin Bieber was very, very short-lived. I don't know why it's so like cringy. I don't even know why I'm embarrassed to say I liked Justin Bieber at one point. The Jonas Brothers were like my jam when I was 10 and 11 years old. And at least with the Jonas Brothers, I could be like, fuck yeah, I like the Jonas Brothers. Like, I'm not ashamed. Justin Bieber, I'm really, really ashamed. I don't know, man. I don't know. So the book portion of this question is a book that reminds you of this time. My answer for this one is Pretty Little Liars by Sarah Shepard. Sarah Shepard. It was a good series, like, while I was into it. Very into the series, I want to say, like, 6th, 7th grade. And I started reading this when there were only, like, 7 books, I want to say. Only 7 books out. But then, like, the older I got, the more I realized I don't really like this at all. The series is not that good. Plus, I stopped reading it after book 11 because she just kept coming out with books. I'm like, I can't take this anymore. When will it end? Should have ended after today's book. I don't even remember what happened in books 9, 10, and 11, like, at all. But I still have them. 3, recent song on repeat right now. I will say, because you're going to groan when you hear this, I will say this song is not my favorite song. It's just the song that's always stuck in my head right now. Yes. The song stuck in my head all the time right now is Let It Go from Frozen. But it's the Italian version. The book portion of this question is recent favorite book. My answer for this question is Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. Very big book. It took me over a month to read it, but I'm so proud of myself and I love it. Everyone I love died, but I love it. Number 4, The Song Is Me.
I ponder something great. My lungs will fill and then deflate. They fill with fire, exhale desire. I know it's dire, my time today. I have these thoughts so often I ought to replace that slot with what I once bought. Because somebody stole my car radio and now I just sit in silence.
That song was Car Radio by 21 Pilots, and yeah, sometimes I feel like I could relate to it. The book question is the same, a book that you can relate to. I can't really relate to a book, so my answer is Angels and Demons by Dan Brown. But not the book itself. I just relate to a character, which is Vittoria Vetra. We're both Italian, and we're both not chill-tempered and not naive. At least I think I'm not naive. I hope I'm not naive, because that would kind of suck and defeat the purpose of this answer. 5, a song that's weird, but you like it. The song was Everywhere I Go by Hollywood Undead. I'm not going to play the lyrics, because it's they're very strange, and I'm not gonna lip sync them to you. The book portion of this question is a book that's weird but you like it. My answer for this question is Stranger in a Strange Land by Robert A. Heinlein? I don't know. This book is about a man from Mars who is human, but he was raised on Mars, so he has a very Martian-like brain. Comes back to Earth, and they're like teaching him how to be an Earthling, basically, and then he teaches him about Mars. I genuinely enjoyed myself reading this book. So, especially the conversation on religion and stuff, that was very, very intriguing. So that song was The Logical Song by Scooter. I don't know why that pumps me up, but it does. It's like such a typical 90s song too. I don't even know if it came out in the 90s, but like maybe like 90s, early 2000s. That's what that reminds me of. The book portion of this question is a book that inspired you. My answer for this question is Just Mercy by Bryan Stevenson. This is a true story. Bryan Stevenson is a lawyer for a nonprofit organization, but what he does, he specializes in trying to get innocent people off death row. There's a main story in here. So a black man was falsely accused of murdering a white woman, and despite the fact there was just so much evidence to prove that he was innocent, they still put him on death row anyway. So the main story is Bryan trying to get him off, but Bryan also talks about other stories. Like there's one with a kid on death row in here, and it just broke my heart. And like, if I already figured that our justice system is pretty whack, and this just like solidified my opinion. So I recommend this book a lot. 7 is a favorite chill song to listen to on a rainy day. That was Angels by the XX. That's one of my favorite songs by theirs. The XX is just a band I could chill to whenever. They just have that very chill sound. I also love that song. Gives me feels. The book portion of this question is a book that you can curl up with. My answer to that question is House of Leaves by Mark Z. Danielewski. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. A family moves into a house that's small, but then they find out the inside's even bigger, so they send an investigation team to investigate it. But it like creeped me out at some points, definitely. It's a very artistic book. For example, that's just one page. That's just one section of pages. Let me try to find like chapter 9, which is a whole labyrinth in and of itself. There you go. All the footnotes have you going all over the place. Yeah, and I just, whenever it started raining, I would curl up with this book, and I noticed that when it rained, I read this book faster. So it's just a good book. I don't even know how to like describe it. It was just that like strange. Number 8, a song that is your guilty pleasure. Song was The Sign of the Times by Harry Styles. That is my guilty pleasure because I don't like One Direction. I don't like their like singles, how they're all going solo now. But I love that song. What have they done to me? The book portion of this question is a book that's your guilty pleasure. The answer to this question is Fallen by Lauren Kate. It was not my guilty pleasure when I first read it when I was 16. I thought it was cool because, you know, like angels, I guess demons, that's what they are. Yeah, angels and demons, I guess. I just loved it. It was like the only romance story I ever got into. But the older I got, the older I was just like, wow, that's kind of dumb explaining this to people. Wow, that's really dumb actually. And also Lauren Kate's writing is but it's very mediocre. But whenever I think about this book, holds a place in my heart still. Number 9, all I wrote down was throwbacks. I don't know what the actual question is. But I guess, like, throwback to a certain time of your life. But, okay, well, the song I'm choosing depends on the age, though. I'll do both. Here's a song that I loved when I was 5. That song is Up by Shania Twain. Shania Twain was my homie back when I was, like, 5 and 6 years old. Loved her, and she's coming out with a new album soon. Can't wait. Here's a song from when I was 11. First song was Take a Breath by the Jonas Brothers, which I think was like my all-time favorite song by them. Second song was Hold On by the Jonas Brothers, just cause I was fucking 10 years old when that came out, guys. It's been 10 years since that song came out. Like, what? Jonas Brothers was my all-time favorite band when I was like 11. You know, I kind of veered away and discovered more types of music with better lyrics. High school, I was a little ashamed to like them, to say I like them. Now I'm no longer ashamed to say I like the Jonas Brothers. So, like I said earlier in the video, fuck yeah, I like the Jonas Brothers. The book portion of this question is a book that reminds me of that time. When I was 6, I would say Junie B. Jones by Barbara Parks. But as for like the Jonas Brother area, the answer to this question is Diary of a Wimpy Kid by, what's his name, Jeff Kinney. This was like I remember this was like the shit back in middle school, and maybe it is still today because I know he's still writing books. Art. I think I was in 6th grade when the second book came out, Roger Rules, and like I remember at our book fair, it sold out within seconds. As soon as I put them on the shelves, we all grabbed a copy. Also, I don't like the number 9. It's an awkward number, so I decided to add 6 questions because that's what I do. Number 10, a Disney song that always gets stuck in your head. That song was I've Got No Strings by Pinocchio. Not my favorite Disney song, but it's always stuck in my head. The book portion of this question is a book to Disney book that you've read. My answer to this is The Adventures of Pinocchio by Carlo Collodi. Considering how much I talk about this book, Bambi was a sweeter story. This was fucked up, but it's just so funny telling people the differences between this book and then the movie. Like the fact that it's not in this book, but like the original newspaper edition, the fact that Pinocchio committed suicide. People are very shocked about that, and the fact that he kills the cricket makes a girl commit suicide in this. Yeah, they're seeing people's reactions. Quite funny. Number 11, a song that makes you sad.
A hero of war, yeah, that's what I'll be. And when I come home, they'll be dear proud of me. I'll carry this flag to the grave if I must, 'cause it's a flag that I love and a flag that I trust.
Hero of War by Rise Against. Any songs about like war just kind of destroy me. Like that song is so sad. In the music video, holy shit. So my question for this one is for books, a book that makes you sad. For this one, I decided to go with Where the Red Fern Grows by Wilson Rawls. Yeah. I can't tell you why it's sad, because then that spoils it, but I feel like a lot of us have read this. Whenever dogs are in the summary, you know something sad's gonna happen. Number 12, an oldie song that you like. For oldies, I consider oldies, I think like early 80s, let's say, and then before is what I consider oldies.
Every day, it's getting faster. Everyone said go out and ask her. Love like yours will surely come my way.
So my favorite oldies song is Every Day by Buddy Holly. I almost actually made this the answer to number 1, but I'm like, no, let's do something different. I don't know, the song's from the 50s, I believe like the late 50s. I don't know when I first heard it, I just know I forgot about it. Then I was watching Stand By Me, the movie, and they played that song, and I was like, wait a second, I know this song. And then I just loved it ever since. The book portion, it's just talk about your favorite classic. My favorite classic is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. Every single character in this book is like terrible, except for Basil. But I think it's just a good message about vanity and all that. Number 13, your favorite cover of a song. For this one, I'll probably like not do that kind of thing, voice thing. You know, like the chipmunk thing. Play it out so you guys can actually hear it.
I don't want your number, no. I don't want to give you mine, no. I don't want to meet you, no. Don't want none of your time. I don't want no scrub. Scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride. Try to holler at me.
My answer for this song is No Angels by Bastille, featuring Ella, which is a cover of No Scrubs by TLC. Almost forgot for a second. I really like this cover. First of all, I like the song No Scrubs, but I really like this cover because not only do they take the lyrics to No Scrubs, they also take the music to Angels by the XX. That's why, hence No Angels. But they also took movie quotes from the movie Psycho, which is a bizarre movie to take quotes from. But it's like if you actually listen to the quotes they used, and then the way they say it with the violin in the back, it kind of just destroys your soul. So the book question is your favorite retelling. I don't read retellings, but I know a lot of people do, so I thought it was a good question. But I did read one. The one I read was Beastly by Alex Finn. I read it in 8th grade, so it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling if you couldn't tell by the title and the cover. 14, your favorite song on an album that just came out this year. So that song was Lust for Life by Lana Del Rey featuring The Weeknd on her new album that just came out, Lust for Life. So petition for Lana Del Rey and The Weeknd to make an album together. Make it happen. So the book question for this is your recently bought books, and I just bought 2 yesterday, actually. So one of the books I bought was The Divine Comedy by Dante Alighieri. I read the first part of Inferno, so I read about the first circle, and then I read about Francesca and Paolo. I don't know what their names are in English, but I read those parts in Italian from one of my Italian literature classes. And there's that. Now I have to read the whole thing, of course. But then I also bought We Are the Ants by Sean David Hutchinson. I've heard nothing but good things about this book, so I'm very excited. And the last question, number 15, is a song with your favorite song lyric.
I used to pray to God who was listening. I used to make my parents proud. I was the glue that kept my friends together. And they don't talk and we don't go out.
That song is Millstone by Brand New, and my favorite lyric specifically is I used to pray like God was listening. As someone who used to, because I was raised Roman Catholic, so as someone who used to like firmly believe it, but now currently just doesn't know, I can kind of relate to it, yeah. So the book portion of this question is a book with your favorite book quote, and of course mine comes from The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak, and my favorite quote is, I'm probably gonna mess this up, but it's, I have hated words, but I have loved them, and I hope I made them right. I also really like, quote, this is not my favorite, but I also really like, I am haunted by humans, because I am haunted by humans on a daily basis. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, I'm supposed to tag people. I tag all of you. All of you watching this now need to do it. If you already made this video, you should make a part 2 with the questions I have, because that would be cool. Whoa. But whatever. Do what y'all want. And I'm going to go now and pre-film some other stuff. My laptop's also dying. That's fun. I'm gonna go now. Bye!